expressed in the following program are those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily reflect the views of Real TV, its affiliates, or sponsors. The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily reflect the views of Real TV, its affiliates, or sponsors. The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily...
Good day, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to this week's episode of Voices of the People, Trinbago Speaks, the platform where we give you, the citizens, the opportunity to come and vent about whatever that's going on in your community. My name is Alicia, and I'll be one of your hosts today, along with
Enrique.
And on today's episode, we're speaking about pension and NIS and how long citizens have to wait in order to receive the money that's due to them. What you feel about that, Enrique?
It's ridiculous. Come on. You spend how many other years working and giving your life in service of this country, and then when it's time for you to get what is yours, you have to spend some more years again. That really, come on, man.
Yeah, some 3 years, up to 3 years, and your people say they're waiting on pension.
Yeah.
So that is a bit ridiculous.
It is. It's like they're deliberately waiting for you to die before you get it. So you're trying to tell me I was paying all of this NIS and whatever other tax now to can't get my money when I reach, what's the age for pension?
65.
65, right.
I mean, I think everybody could relate to having someone or knowing someone, a family member or friend, who's applied for pension, and it's just a long, drawn-out process. I mean, even my uncle, it's going on 3 years now, he's waiting to collect pension.
It really is ridiculous. And it's not something that's happening now. It's been happening for as long can be. You know?
So this morning, I took it upon myself and I went down to the pension office just so I can get some feedback from citizens that's going there and trying to go through the process. And I have a few little clips that we could take a look at and see how the viewers feel about what some of our citizens had to say based on their experience applying for their pension.
So, Master Control, take
For
us
the
to
longest
clip one.
while, 15 months now waiting on my pension, and they just keep on telling me I have to wait on the board, and when the board, they know, they just say to me, no, I have to wait on the board, and when the board comes to them will come back to me. So I don't know what next, so I just have to wait until the one server.
So how does not being able to get the pension, how is this affecting your quality of living?
Well, real bad, because the cost of living is high, and without no money, you can't survive in the country. 1 minute, you can get this, and when you do get it, the next until like last month, and tell me everything inside. You wait on the board. So I asked her how long the board will take. She said she don't know. When the board gets to them, then they will come back to me.
Ah,
So I
okay.
asked her how long is that? She said she don't know.
All right.
So that's my problem. They know when.
When the board is going
When?
to answer.
You understand? Because like they don't care about poor people at all. And I mean, it's the pension, you know. We entitled for that. Good? When you're 65, you're supposed to get a pension.
Correct.
Good? So I don't understand like they want me to dead.
First, they tell him he needs to get his immigration paperwork to show, I guess, his travel history in and out of the country. So he said he took it upon himself. He went to Port of Spain, got his immigration paperwork, bring it back to the office. When he think, okay, they have everything they need, now they're telling him he have to wait on the board to approve him being able to get his pension.
And they can't give an answer as to how long the board will take.
No.
They can't. So, another antiquated system. And if they should reshuffle this board or appoint a new board, that's another waiting process.
Correct.
And then we could only imagine, because we know government come, government go. Boards are changed.
Right.
So now you could only imagine the backlog they have right now.
Yes. Then there's another person I spoke to. Now, a lot of these people, they didn't even want to come on the camera because they're scared of the backlash. Well, if I show my face, they might, want to spite me and put me at the bottom of the list again. So I said, all right, we will just do audio. So if they could play the second clip, please.
This woman here, Miss Wong, since September I came here concerning my pension. That day in question, I came here, she told me she knew because they changed her. Miss Patence Bartarian, and bring this one here. Okay, you knew. I come back in December, you still telling me you knew. I come back in March this year, 2026, you're telling me you knew. So I simply ask you what you're doing in there. You call security for me. I said, security, hold on, I'll leave in. Because every time I come here, she knew. So I take it upon myself the next day, the monthly Tuesday, and I went in town. I went to see Miss Lopez Almaraz.
Okay.
That is a big lady in town.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you cannot give me the information there, what I'm looking for. Or what you want. Yeah, baby. Or what you want. Right? Lo and behold, Miss Almaraz tell me they want me run down on my travel history to New York to Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Since September last year, you keep telling me you can't give me the form. When I go in immigration now, I take it upon myself and went immigration. Immigration tell me they're supposed to give me the form.
Mm-hmm.
So this woman now, Miss Almaraz, called here and told them to release the form to me. So I come the next day, collect it and went in immigration. Look, I now bring it back. I now bring it back for them. Right? You didn't want to give me the form to go for it all the time. Not only that, I just get a little monthly grant.
Mm-hmm.
As I see from one of my eye, right? My paper's supposed to be up, my medical's supposed to be up in April. I know that. You told me December to bring in the papers for you. The doctor paper.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me Monday to bring it in, Thursday I bring it in for you. I went by the doctor and bring it in. That's in December. Up to now I can't get the grant. What is all you really doing inside there? So I asked you this morning now, what about the grant? She's supervisor not there and she can't give me no information. I mean, it's right too, not just me alone. No, this is 17 months I waiting on pension. 17 months.
So, being that you're waiting so long, how that affected it?
It affected me because the cost of living is high.
Yeah.
I can't eat, I can't drink as I want. I'm diabetic. I see from one of my eye. I have knee replacement surgery. It is a toll on me. I can't really walk too far or all this other thing now. You're coming here, I understand that it's just not me alone. But when you're telling me you knew and you had to look through my files, since September last year, you looking through my file and you can't tell me what is going on with me yet? You want my travel history. You asked me to bring my passport, this and that and the other. I told you. Now they cut your passport, they don't give it to you back.
Mm-hmm.
How you want me to bring the passport for you when all you were supposed to do was give me the paper to go immigration? So they're screwing up inside there. Yeah, and it's not just me alone. I just sorry for some of the people I seen walking with stick, can't even walk, and they had to be going through this shit. We here since 5:30 this morning, no.
Oh wow.
You understand? That is it. We had to come early in order to get you early. Otherwise, all 2, 3 o'clock in the evening, we still here. Right? This is not fair to us. That is it.
So now this lady, she tell me, since 5:30 this morning, she stand up in the line. So imagine having to go through that every couple of weeks just to check on the process for them to tell you, we're waiting on this, we're waiting on that. Now she had to take it upon herself and go into Port of Spain to somebody in a higher office, only for them to send her back and then for her to go to immigration, for immigration to tell her, where's the paper? They never give her the paper in Grandy. Now she coming from Grandy to Port of Spain. So now she had to go back Grandy to get the paper, to carry it back to Port of Spain. That is real stupidness.
It's not to say is young people with all your energy.
No.
His pension is 65. These people not too far again from 70. You know? Not being...
No, but I sit down, a man on a stick, bent over, walking, the man, come on.
And this is money that people will depend. You work 65 years of your life. I think it's just a few months before your 65th birthday,
Right.
you'd apply. 65 years of your life, you're giving service in whatever field or industry. You build the nation in one aspect or the next. Right now it's time for the age that the government has set to retire and to spend your golden years, as they call it, relaxing. And now you have to go and spend, you see, some people been up to three years.
Up to 3
Additional
years.
3 years. Some may not even make it to see the pension.
They're dead before they get their money.
Yep.
I think the system is broken and something needs to be put in place so these people don't have to be waiting this long to get the money that they deserve.
And that's the next thing to the system, right? Because these are not, as I said before, these are not stories that are new. This is something that had been going on for as long as I said before.
Right.
And you think by now they would implement, especially with the new Ministry of AI and stuff like that, we are advancing society. We are supposed to be an advancing society.
Supposed to be.
Right? Something digitalized, they have access centers, put the access centers to use. For
Yes.
those who don't know, access centers is basically a digital community center. You know, put them to use. You have an old man or woman going downtown, and they send them back grand. You even know they have money to reach on because they ain't get them the money yet.
All right, Enrique, we're due for a break.
I'm passionate about country because I will get old.
I see. All right, so we're due for a break. We'll be back after these messages and we'll continue our discussion on the delayed process for citizens to receive their pension.
$20.50 install, yes, the Adina 12K Flex series are back in stock and these are going fast. Here's a look at some of our actual installations so you can see the finishings for yourself. Tidy chunking, level mounts and clean workmanship every time. Fast cooling, energy efficient, quiet, durable and of course clean and professional installation every time. We have limited stock and the last shipment sold out in days. This is the Fixer Center's most requested AC units. It's perfect for bedrooms, offices and small living spaces. Get your unit installed for $20.50 right here at the Fixer Center. You can visit us at Lightpole 109 Monroe Cunupia or give us a call at 434-1563.
Hi, I'm Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, and I'm inviting you to join me for Conversations with Zalisa right here on Real TV. It's not just another talk show, it's a space for real stories, real insight, and real impact. We cover it all: health, law, parenting, relationships, drug and substance abuse, mental health, social issues, and so much more, with expert guests who help bring clarity to life's most important questions. So whether you're looking to be informed, empowered, or simply inspired, this show is for you. Weekdays at 10 a.m. with repeats on Real TV.
Planning a concert, conference, wedding, or cultural celebration? Let Real TV broadcast your event to the world. From live streaming and on-air coverage to global reach across TV and online platforms, we make sure your big moments are seen and heard everywhere. We offer professional production, worldwide exposure, and an unforgettable impact. Don't just host your event. Let us share it with the world. Contact Real TV today, where your story becomes everyone's experience.
Call us today at 2926470 or WhatsApp us at 3847142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
So I'm here at Alicia, and we're continuing our conversation on pension. We would have last left off on an audio clip we would have played. I want to also, so we're going to jump back on the audio clip, right? Yes. Before we left, I mentioned how passionate I am about pension, because I too will be old one day and I need my money on time. But in that last audio we listened to, right, she would have mentioned something about the staff continuously saying that they knew. And she's been going for 17 months.
Right.
I see my maths do my good. That's a year and 5 months, right?
Correct.
So you enter a job, a year and 5 months, right? Public service job to help make the elderly life better. So say you come in there for 12 months and the next 5 months. And every time she comes, I knew. That's many ringtone. I knew. So you're trying to tell me a job that should be cut and clear, clerical work, filing, because there's paperwork you're going to carry in.
Right.
I mean, I went there once already with people, so I see, I guess you're going to have to go to the red pen, check and make sure they fill out and so on. Then you do the proper filing, some verification. Shouldn't take you no more than, let me be generous, 3 months. Right? 3 months. So you're trying to tell me in this initial 3 months, you would know, but there wasn't anyone there to guide you about how to do it.
But here's the kicker. When the citizen asks, okay, every time I come here, you're telling me you're new. How long you're going to be new for? When you're going to understand how to do your job? They call security, aren't she?
Exactly, the level of incompetence and they're wrong and strong with it too.
So when she see they call security, she say, all right, I don't want no trouble, I will leave. So you can't even ask a question. Which to me, that is a legitimate question.
Exactly.
How long you will keep telling me you're new? And then they're calling security on the citizen?
Right, and this is the problem we have. We have a lot of incompetent people, my opinions are my opinions only, working in the public sector and nothing gets done. Because I worked in the public sector. I've had the privilege of working in some of these ministries. You know, yes, I'm going to make it a little personal here. When I entered my first ministry I worked in, right, I was in charge of something similar, grants and stuff, and it's just a matter of getting a signature and a stamp. And it's not a stack, so you know, it's filing cabinets. Nothing having been sent to the relevant departments or officials to get it signed and stamped. And within my first 6 months there, I probably went through about half of the backlog that we have. Myself and 2 other people. Right? And the images standing around the district office you have there.
Correct.
They have more than 3 people working there that can handle this.
Well, and then another issue that someone raised to me, when they change staff, all the paperwork disappears. So now they have to resubmit paperwork and start the process all over again. So imagine if you're waiting for 3 years because somebody, either they lost their position, they was transferred to another office or whatever, people who already submitted their paperwork is no longer there. So now you have to go and do everything over again. So that means they're not even filing the people's paperwork electronically. It's a paper system. So that in itself needs to be fixed.
In this 21st century, 2026, still have a paper. No, people too good at hard copy good, huh? I have it a little more organized.
Yeah, but if stuff is scanned into a computer, it can be easily retrieved.
Exactly. I think we have another audio. Is that another audio we have?
We have another audio. People was lined up to talk to me this morning.
Yeah,
you know.
we have a few of them. Right, we might run this whole show on audio today. Joe, can I take you to the next audio?
So the baby father died when he was 4 months. Now the baby is 14 months and I still didn't get no social welfare for the baby yet.
So every time you come, what are they telling you?
Well, first the officer who died before, she didn't put it in the system. So now, well, this next officer that I have now, when I had to reapply everything, she come and do the home visit. So I just waiting to see what they will say now.
So 14 months now you're waiting. Because they didn't put this in the system now, that puts you on a whole, you had to start the cycle all over.
Yeah, I had to start the cycle again.
And you're not working and this is money you're depending on to take care of your child and
Yeah.
yourself.
Yes. So the baby father died when he was 4 months.
And we're back. So now this young lady, she had a baby in her hand. She told me her child father or her husband, I don't really remember, he passed away from cancer. And it's been a year and some change. No, he passed away when the child was 4 months old. And the child is now 14 months old. And she's still waiting to get some type of assistance from the pension office.
So it's only pensioners,
No,
single mothers now.
correct.
So things that our administration, present and past, put in place to assist our citizenry is now you have to jump through hoops to get the assistance. Assistance that you are entitled to as a citizen, because now this is a mother seeking to get public assistance
Correct.
now,
Yes.
right?
Well, I think it would be, is it like some sort of survivor's benefit?
No, this will be public assistance. If it's social welfare, it will be public assistance. Yeah. We'll touch survivors' benefits and all these things with NIS just now. We don't need to go into NIS too. But yeah, you would think, especially having to lose the father of your child, your partner, your husband, whatever the title might be, right? Having to come out of that grief, especially considering if, in fact, that the father was the breadwinner of the family, and now you have to adjust.
Yes.
And things that our administration has assured you will be put in place to assist you in raising a child, the future of our nation, right?
Correct.
Personally, we hope will one day be competent to work in the social welfare office to make sure you don't have to wait 17 months plus or 3 years. That they'll make a symbol for them, taking into consideration the grief, the urgency needed, you know. And how long it is? It's been 10 months she's been waiting.
10 months.
And I think when it is that you're applying, they tell you, no, we'll get this done within 3 to 6 months time.
That is not a realistic number, I don't think.
But that's what they tell you.
Everybody I spoke to is waiting years.
And that's not the case, which means it's false advertising. False advertising. Right? But I'm sorry. Not so words. It's just very
You're very passionate about this thing. You can't even talk.
No, because I do some, we do some public community and stuff like that, and we have seen people, we have seen the conditions firsthand of that these people are living in, right? And one of the inspirations for us starting our organization would have been that there are other organizations charging persons to access these services that the government has for free.
They charge them to follow the paperwork.
And why they would make money from that is because when you go to do it yourself, the public servants and whoever is in power, in the positions of power, they are making it hard for you. So now the persons that need to benefit from these grants have no choice but to turn to these snake oil salesmen. There was a case where I heard someone had to go and borrow $250 to give somebody to fill out a form for a home grant. And that form again, and for free, is submitted for free if you go to the office. But again, because people don't know any better and they're in a desperate situation, right? They turn into people in hope that they could get something to sustain themselves, to better themselves, to help themselves. But it's like, best to take the chance to be snake oil salesman because public servants ain't any better. My opinions are my opinions alone. Right?
No, I mean, it's a very bad situation, because I look at that man this morning, bent over with a walking stick, walking into the pension office. Now, if he go in there and they tell him he needs to go Port of Spain to get immigration paperwork, from Grandy to Port of Spain, he bent over. If he don't have nobody to carry him, now he had to travel. That is an injustice to citizens.
It is. And as soon as we come back from these messages, I'm going to add a little more to that. This is Alicia, I'm Enrique, and this is Voice of the People. We'll be right back after these messages.
Real TV, where we keep it real all day, every day. If you're loving the entertainment, the news, and all the content we bring, then don't just watch, be part of the movement. Follow us on every platform you use: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. Share this with your family and friends, your group chat. Let them know Real TV is the new wave. Real TV, news, entertainment, information, bringing reality to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, young people, senior citizens, it is my pleasure and privilege to invite you to look at the program Inspired on Real TV at 2 p.m. every Wednesday afternoon. Inspired is designed to lift your spirits, to help you overcome depression and failure so you could be an outstanding, extraordinary success. We have special experts every Wednesday who will inspire you to do better, to be your best self. So may God bless you. And remember, every Wednesday at 2 p.m., please look out for the program Inspire.
I am Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there.
Welcome back to Voices of the People, Trinbago Speaks. If you're just joining us on this week's episode, we're speaking about pension and NIS and the ridiculous length of time citizens have to wait just to get the money that they deserve. Yeah. So you wanted to say something, Enrique, before we went on break. What was it?
Oh yeah, you were talking about what you witnessed today with the elderly people and stuff, right? This is social welfare. These buildings, right, had a whole thing on social media with a certain minister parking in a handicap spot with facilities for handicap and stuff. When you go to these offices, and the lady said she was here from what time? 5 o'clock this morning?
5 o'clock this morning, they line up.
5 o'clock this morning, they line up, right. The brand new office particularly, they have them outside under a tent, barely protected from the elements. And then you're there waiting hours. Sometimes if you go to ask a question, they want to treat you like dog. They're running your mush, gone. You're not asking a question today. Right? Right? You'd think that, because they handle disabled persons as well too.
Yes.
Right? You'd think that they'll have proper facilities to accommodate the persons come in. Okay, you have scheduled days for the different officers, the different regions and districts and so on. These officers, part of their duty entails going to the homes and doing their means tests and all of that.
Wait, speaking about that, I spoke to another lady. She came on the audio, but it seems like she had a stroke or something, so it's very muffled. But she told me she applied last year, January 2025. And she's been going back and forth since then. Today, she went, they tell her to go home and wait on her phone call. She said that's all they've been telling her, wait on her phone call. So since January last year, this lady, go home, wait on her phone call. I said, but what is the phone call for? I don't know. I said, that is all they're telling you? Yes, go home and wait on her phone call. Since January last year.
And this is a disabled person, she had a stroke.
Yes.
Right. And then she would have to go, because again, you're anxious, you're unable to work. And this is disability, you're unable to work. You're anxious to get a little money. This is where you have to pay your light bill with your water bill, with get some grocery with, buy a little clothes, some toiletries. You know, this is what you need. Especially with the disabled person, this is also what they need to get their medication and all these things. I know you're anxious waiting. Nobody ain't calling you. So now, this is personal experience. You're calling the welfare office, whichever one, whether it's Port of Spain or any other district office. The 1,000,001 numbers they have in again. Only one has anyways. You know? Only one, right. Nobody answering. So now you're forced, especially for the disabled persons, to have to go to the office for an update.
5 o'clock in the morning, line up for hours, we'll sit down under the tent.
If you're lucky to get a tent, if you're lucky to get a tent.
Get a seat under the tent.
All of that too.
Well, we talk about Grandy. I don't know about the other office.
No, all the offices are similar conditions. And then they get tell you go wait for a call again. Right, it's very difficult, again, especially for the disabled persons, and the elderly as well too, to get to go to the offices. In fact, one of the persons that we had assisted through our NGO, she's on a wheelchair, that was Ms. Judith, right? They needed her to come in. We couldn't get her to go in because transportation-wise.
Transportation, because she's in a wheelchair.
Exactly. And when we asked about field visits and stuff too, well, what was the response? It wasn't possible.
Well, they said someone have to bring her to the first visits, right? And once someone brings her, then someone will come to the house. But this lady is an amputee. So it don't seem like she has anyone to help her. So she's like, she just cannot go. She cannot apply for pension. She cannot apply for NIS. So she said they are living off her husband's pension, which is $3,000 a month, but her medication is $2,500. So some months they could, they have to decide if to buy groceries or pay for her medication.
And that's just groceries and medications. We talk about the utilities, and I think that they use diapers as well too.
Diapers,
right?
yes. We donated a box of diapers to her.
We talk about the toiletries and stuff like that too. And again, these are people that served and built our nation, right? We would think that we'd have a little more gratitude and appreciation for the efforts that they made by just making it easy for them to get the pension. Right?
So we want to switch off pension and move over to NIS. I know they might be hearing her phone ringing. Like, we have Carol here who didn't listen when I tell her to turn off her ringer, but we're going to bring her on now. She's been waiting for her NIS. For how long now? About 3 years now.
Another 3 years. There's a pattern with them playing 3 later in the mark.
Last week, Saturday, I went to Port of Spain. Sent a message and said we have an appointment Saturday, 4 Saturdays. I went to Port of Spain, and when I reached Port of Spain, I was way back, over 250 people it had. And a lady came out and she said, we don't have any bank statement and any bank card whatsoever to get the NI to the injection. So I couldn't get it. So I didn't have anything, so I come back up. And this will be going on for the longest while. Every time you go for appointment, they do have appointment. Every time you go in and you get appointment, they have a problem. You have to go and get this, you have to go and get that. And it's so it keep going over and over and over. Until I come and get Saturday one, Monday, Tuesday, one of them weeks going by, I get appointment.
Well, congratulations. Thank you. So, appointment, so now you had to go through the circles, paperwork.
And everything done, everything, the last person who signed it, which is URP, is supposed to be good with that.
Right.
That is what it is one.
They told you one of the requirements to access the service, you have to have a bank account and a bank statement.
But that is a way to lessen the line.
Right, that's the lesson in line, but to get a bank account in this wonderful country of ours.
then you know, I was working in CPEP.
Right.
So CPEP come and close down, so basically have no account. And that's
So-
how it goes.
So now you're retired, you're waiting on pension, right? Public service pension from NIS, not old age pension. But again, so they're telling you have to get a bank account and a bank statement. But at least here, as I was saying, to get a bank account in this wonderful country of ours, you have to have proof of income by means of job letter. If it's from a pension, you have to get a letter from pension and so on, right? And I think now, in all fairness, they do issue the letters initially, yeah? But that's when I started to get the service. But now the same, before you get the service, you had to have the bank account before, so it's a matter the egg coming before the chicken. It look like.
So it keeps going right through, so it's one after the next. So far, that's when time for me to get my pension, what will happen? I don't know if I have to do it early, I don't know what it is going on. Nobody can say nothing, nobody to reply to nobody for nothing. Look how much time you go Grandy in the office, you have to wait a night at 10, sometimes long line. Sometimes people come in after you and they get through because of the disability and what they're going through to get through with the pension. Sometimes again you're not getting none. You see you're not in the system. If you don't come and sign, that you know that in the system you cannot get through with your pension. And that's where it's going. Because I have family going through the same thing.
So how are you surviving? You lose your job as CPEP, you apply for pension, you didn't get through yet 3 years. So how are you surviving?
Well,
But just a second, before you answer that question, let's just take a minute and pay some bills so we can continue to bring you this wonderful show. All right, so we'll be right back after these messages.
599.95 for this circular saw. This is the total 1400 watts, 7.25 inch circular saw. Proper power, 1400 watts pushing 4800 RPM. So when you're cutting, it's actually cutting. Clean cuts through board, framing and ply, no struggle. Adjustable cutting depth and bevel cuts up to 45 degrees for angle work. It comes with a 24 teeth circular saw blade and an extra pair of carbon brushes, so you are ready to go. And once again, it's only $599.95. So stop fighting with your tools. Upgrade to the 1400 watts now. Available now at the Fixes Center. You can visit us at Lipole 109 Monroe Cunupia or give us a call at 424-1563.
Let's get straight to the point. I am Dale Edwards, Dale the Voice, and we're going to get straight to the point right here on Real TV. Join me Monday to Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. when we talk the hard truth. We're not beating around the bush. We're getting straight to the point, dealing with real issues, social, politics, and much more. Monday to Friday, the only place to be is right here on Real TV.
Are you looking for the right space for your business? Fred's Plaza has the space you need. We offer professional rental spaces designed for growing businesses. Conveniently located in San Juan on the Eastern Main Road, opposite the PTSC terminal and between Royal Castle and Mario's. Easy access, high visibility. For inquiries, call or WhatsApp 868-384-7142 today, or visit Level 3 Fred's Plaza for details.
Broadcast your yagnas, weddings, and Hindu celebrations live on Real TV. Share your special moments with us. Share your devotion with the nation. Call us at 373-8946 or email realtv.corporate@gmail.com to host your celebration today.
and welcome back. Right, so Alicia and I were joining the studio with Ms. Carol here, but before we went to our last commercial, she was telling us some of the struggles that she's facing with accessing her NIS pension as well too. So you want to continue with what you were telling us?
Well, yeah. So as I was saying about the pension, well, I ain't reached the stage for the pension, but the NIS, so I was supposed to get through by the 6th of July. Well, I'll keep my finger crossed that I have no problem again to get through. And
6th of July is your appointment date?
July.
That's when you'll start the process.
Okay. And nothing, no income, nothing coming in.
So how are you surviving?
Well, I have a church that is go to, and I just get a little hamper. No in between and whatsoever, but you know, if they have anything this month, you know what, they help out rural people. Pastor Kedu Church, help out rural people. I went and I go to church by there also, and baptized. I went and I get wash over and thing, and it was nice. It was nice. So I gave God my life for the day, get up on the day of my birthday, the 29th of December. I walk in the church and I asked them if I could get baptized, and they said, sure, no problem. And since that, you know, I go to the church. In between, you know, transport hard to go to the church because the taxis doesn't want to go down there. It have real problems to go down there with the church, by the church.
So
and
the church helps with a hamper, right? That's some food supplies, but there are other needs.
Yeah, like a light bill.
Yeah, how it does
and
manage to
thing,
pay
well,
utilities and stuff like that. It's
well,
not even talking about transportation when you have to get up and go to the NIS office.
Yeah.
You know, how?
Well, sometimes come with you, sometimes some people wake up a little right, sometimes to go and do your business, you ask for a little change, sometimes you get through it. Somebody give you something outside, somebody just feel sorry for you and help you. But the thing about I'm not working nowhere. My husband will make it, my deceased husband will make it 5 years, the 23rd of May. That's since he passed away. And since I had the bush growing all around my house, I don't even have a phone, my phone smiling. I don't have anything, no in truth.
The phone was just ringing,
yeah, it's smiling. The phone is smiling. So I don't have, you understand, no income coming in at all, nothing. Small as it is, you know, I have a son, he just sometimes he drop a little market stuff for me. He and his friend, they drop a little market stuff for me. It's so it'll be going in there, and not me alone, it have everybody in the world similar to me. No windows, no doors, nothing, you understand, you're trying, you're real trying. Much time I go to the UNC office and I plead to them, they came to the seat and they said they'll help. Nothing, never help, nothing.
Sorry, the UNC office? What, I mean like
Mr. Neil De Silva.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what she meant.
Oh, you went to your elected representative office?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And every time you go to get assistance, they always promise and promise and promise. So it don't make no sense you go in and plead your heart out to them and you're not even getting no help. So better you struggle on your own and see where you will reach with it. So my point of view right now, I need a phone, I need a little help to fix my place and to clean the grass and thing. A little window, if I could get a little window and assistant, whosoever feels sorry to give a little machine or a little stove or whatsoever, I will appreciate it very much.
Right. For the persons that might be able to assist, you could look at this camera and you could tell them how they could get on to you to assist.
Well, how anybody could get on to me? My phone number is 265-76-40. 265-76-40.
Yes, 265-7614. And that's when your phone not smiling, you might be able to get the calls.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I know. If they want to get on with all it, if they get on with me, they could be if the phone giving real trouble.
Let me ask you this, because you would have had to make the application for the appointment digitally online, right? I know you said you had assistance to that, but considering Alicia, considering her case, especially where she doesn't have a proper working device, no access to the internet. Now, she was fortunate to get the assistance from someone to do it, but there are other people that may not be that fortunate, right? To be able to access the online applications and stuff, and when they go to these different offices. Now, you might get some assistance, but majority of the time, the cases is that the clerks, the admins, whoever it is working it, they really doesn't want to assist in doing it, right? And just a suggestion, right, to whoever does make these policy decisions. During election time, despite...
You like real bacchanal?
I
like too much of bacchanal?
This is Trinidad and Tobago, okay? If you don't make bacchanal, we don't get nothing done.
If the Prime Minister and President can make bacchanal, who is me and yeah.
All right. But during election time, despite whichever party, they have their foot soldiers, the data collectors and things going on.
Right.
The reality is, whether who like it or not, them is the ones that end up getting the work in the public sector. And you see, I say work, I also bring out the full Trinity slang there, they get them getting the work, right? The ones that we had on the ground. And we have community centers, access centers and stuff. Why we don't put them to work outside of the election season? Send out the field officers, make use of the community centers. If the workload is too much for the staff you have existing right now in the social welfare system and that public sector, that particular industry, utilize other industries or avenues.
So you put little stations where
exactly
citizens could go there and fill out the applications for the different things that they need.
Exactly.
NIS, whatever the case may be.
And you're using already existing infrastructure. So if nobody going until they rent a new office, build a new space. In every community in Trinidad and Tobago, there are one or more community centers. Right? We have the access centers and stuff like that. Right? There are other agencies that belong to the state or other state agencies, like the police youth club centers and these agencies. Put it to use. Get volunteers. All of these new NGOs or NPOs that are popping up, put them to use. Bring out the persons, help them with the application process, so that when you go to the district office, social welfare officers, or any public office, we're going to be met with an overburdened staff that are going to get them attitude, are going to call security over them, that are going to take 17 months to learn the job. Right?
Wow.
Right? But as a suggestion, whoever take notes.
I agree with you all the time, I'm struck with this sometimes, but that is a good idea.
Exactly. Once you get Alicia on board, you know it's a good idea. But
so I hope I could get a little assistance from the public outside here, just to come and help maintain the place because it's raining bush. And himself, small as a mustard seed, it will share heart to heart. That is how we believe in. And a son who want to feel sorry and drop a little hamper, a little bushweed, and whatsoever, we will appreciate it. And then I'm not relying on my family because they had a problem and the issue and whatsoever. So I don't rely on no family of mine. I rather do without that. Because people have a thing when they give you something, they want to reproach you.
Oh, yes.
And it don't make sense you're giving somebody from your heart something and when to reproach them. That don't make sense. People like to be better in with one another and still, you understand, when you try to help them. I help real people, you know. I will help people in life. I take a people's children and say about them, mind them, feed them, clothe them, send them to school from Wellington to Pune I live. I rent all over the place with my children and them. Move from pillow to piece.
So
and now they own their own and I own my own.
you gave a good service to the
Yes,
public.
I have no bad record. I have nobody, you understand, no bacchanal, no courthouse, nothing. You understand? When you're young and you're fighting, you fight with a little neighbor, friends, whatsoever, and thing, and you end up with, but either words, I better go. But I just need a little assistance to get my NIS, hoping that I get it, and a little house service.
Okay. Well, the number is out there. Tell us the number one more time, real quick.
265 7640.
265-7614. So if anybody...
40.
Oh, 265-7640.
That's right.
Okay, so anyone wanting to help Miss Carol, that is her number. Please reach out to her directly.
I will appreciate it so much.
So, Carol, thank you very much for coming on today.
No problem.
Right, and sharing your story. I am hopeful with the other testimonies we had from the field today. Good job, by the way, Alicia.
Right, thank you.
Yes,
Right,
Miss Alicia did good.
That the powers that be citizens, especially our elder and disabled citizens, in fact anybody that needs help in this country, should not have to be jumping through hoops for assistance. Right? We are born citizens of this country and it's something that we are entitled to. Right? We give and we're hopeful to get. Right? So again, this has been Voices of the People. I am Enrique.
And I am Alicia.
Join us again on Friday.
From 2 to 3 p.m.
Right here.
On Real TV.